Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive D-Style Boxing here. Subscribe if you like the content. Hit that bell button to get notifications every time D-Style Boxing comes on live. Hit the all so you can always get those notifications. Please hit my like button. That's much appreciated. And all that good stuff. All right. I just wanted to come out here and do this video right now. All right. A-Rod Boxiano, A-Rod, no, that's A-Rod Boxeo, I'm sorry. And then, of course, Run PMC in the building. How are you guys doing? I hope you're enjoying your Monday. Don't forget to tune in to HCP Uncensored tonight on I was going to say H Money, but on G Funky Boxing. That G Funky Boxing. Tune in tonight. Go right now. Google it. G Funky Boxing. Put it in your search bar on YouTube and all that, and do what you got to do. All right. Big Dog Willie on here says, stop hating on Loma D Styles. And you got the $2 super chat. I appreciate the support, brother, and everybody who supports the channel. Feel free to join the membership for as low as just 99 cents a month. So 99 cents a month, you could support D-Style Boxing Live and all the content that comes with it, including collaborating with others. Well, that's it. D, how's it going? Look, I've been noticing, because like I'll hear things and it's like, where is this coming from? What the hell is this person talking about? What the hell is this? Like, there's like, I keep saying that to myself, So then I realized that YouTube or boxing talk on YouTube, and you could probably argue on other social media platforms as well, but boxing talk on YouTube is all about retaliation. That's what really it's about. And I've realized and I've come to this conclusion, it's not going to end, at least not anytime soon. It's never ended. It'll be a never ending cycle. And that is what I've realized. But even though it's a never ending cycle, make no mistake about it, it's gotten worse. It's at the height of the worst it's ever been right now. That's where it stands. That's where it is. If we take a step back and really look at what we're watching, all we're really watching, guys, is a sport. That's all we're watching. Boxing is a sport where two individuals go in there, they have boxing gloves on, they hit each other from the waist up. Either one hits one more than the other and he wins by decision, or one knocks the other out or stops him, right? One's unable to continue. If it's close enough of a contest, it's disputed, and it comes down to three old farts that decide who wins that contest. That's what boxing is. At the end of the day, that's really all it is. That's really all it is. And I don't want to pull rank here, but I've been doing YouTube videos. So if I say it's the worst it's ever been, that's my opinion. I'm not here to debate it. I'm just going to put that out there. This video is not to debate or to listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the message I'm going to give out, because it's important to understand this. Of course, it's always been bad. But right now, it's the worst that I've seen. Right now. That I've seen. From my perspective, it's the worst that it's been. So I explain right now just what it is. Like literally what it is. Like I have explained to you that at the moment, it is the worst that it's been. Right now. Everything is retaliation. Everything is, let me say this because they said that. Because they said this and that, so I said this and this, whatever it is. So let me give you an example. I don't think Tank Davis is a pound-for-pound fighter. What am I basing this on? I am basing this on the fact that he hasn't fought any top fighters in any of his divisions. He's fought good fighters. Like Santa Cruz was a good fighter. It was a good win. Barrios was a good win. They're good wins. I'm not saying they're not good wins. But I just don't think he's top pound for pound. Right? Like that. I'm giving you my specific, direct as it can get answer. It's my direct reason. It's very straightforward. Just listen to what I said. I don't believe Tank Davis is top pound for pound, not to me, because Tank Davis hasn't beat any of the best fighters in any of his divisions. He's fought good fighters. The Pedraza win was a really good win, but that was like 4 years ago. The Leo win was a good win, but that was not his optimum weight, but nonetheless, it was a good win. And the Barrios win was a good win because he moved up in weight and fought a bigger dude. So in that sense, it's impressive. But it wasn't one of the best in the division. I can't call him pound for pound because of that. You see, very direct. I give you a reason. I believe it's a very logical reason. All right? But then I got to come on YouTube and I got to see videos, people saying, well, I think Tank Davis is pound for pound. And whoever doesn't feel that way, well, we know what's going on. We know what they really mean. We know what time it is. Has Dante Boxing Nation done his video yet saying what time it is? What time is it? You know what time it is, guys? Has he done that video yet? No, let me just straightforward say it. I don't keep Tank Davis off my pound for pound because I'm racist. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's black. Okay? That's not what it is. I explained to you what it is. Very straightforward what it is. I'm not even thinking about all that until someone comes in and checks the shit. In my opinion, Tank Davis is a very exciting fighter to watch. Extremely exciting. I don't even know what the big fucking deal is about stepping him up, because if he loses, people will still watch him. So no, it has nothing to do with that. Have you ever stopped and asked yourselves, maybe it's just because they're telling the truth. He just hasn't fought anybody like that to be on the pound for pound list. So what makes it toxic is when you inject shit that has nothing to do with the conversation. We try to shame people to put them on your pound for pound list or because they're scared of being called racist or some shit. No, how about we let people be transparent and we let people give their real thoughts and let people give their real feelings and let people give their real constructive criticism. I'm not talking about hate. Obviously, if someone's saying Tank shit, Tank, you know, I mean, Tank sucks. I mean, I think Tank ain't shit. Okay, cool. Okay, that person's hating. That's what that is. At that point, they're hating on Tank. Just hating to hate on him. If they say, Mario Barrios is a bum. I mean, Mario Barrios ain't shit. Well, like, that's an over-exaggeration. Mario Barrios is a good fighter. So I'm not going to say that he's trash because he's not. If he was, I would say it. I would say that dude's trash. I don't think he's trash. I think he's good, but I don't think he was a top 5, top 6, top 7 guy in his division. You know, he's up there like 8, 9, which is still makes make it a really good win. It still makes it a good win, but it doesn't make you. It doesn't mean, oh, you gotta put this guy. You have to. Oh, he had this fight with Mario Barrios. You better put him in the pound for pound, or else we know what it is. No, how about you just listen to my reasoning as to what it is? How about that? And you, by the way, you don't even have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. You could say, well, I disagree. I have tanked top pound for pound because I think a win over Mario Barrios and Leo Santa Cruz warrants him being in the top pound for pound. You could say that without accusing somebody of being racist. That shit's a non-starter, dude. It's a non-starter. That's what it is. And it's toxic. Now, if you're not somebody that does that, right? Good for you. That means I'm not talking to you. Now, we do have, like, the following, all right? We don't need to put tank pound for pound just because you're mad that The Ring magazine, or I'm just kind of randomly saying that, but let's say whoever, like, let's say ESPN.com or whoever does the list, just because you're mad because they have Canelo top pound for pound, right? Because a lot of people put Canelo Alvarez number one pound for pound. That's what they do, right? Some people have Crawford, but mostly I see Canelo. So they're trying to. So I keep hearing the following. Wow, look at they praise Canelo for beating Yochum and Rocky Fielding, but they don't want to give Tank the credit for beating Mario Barrios and Leo Santa Cruz. First of all, why are you comparing arguably Tank Davis's greatest career victories? These are his greatest victories to Canelo's tune-ups. You're comparing Tank's best wins to Canelo tune-ups to make a stupid point. What about Danny Jacobs? Who has Tank Davis fought that compares to Danny Jacobs? Who? I think Smith and Barrios are very comparable, in my opinion. Canelo destroyed Smith. Destroyed him. Billy Joe Saunders. I think Billy Joe Saunders is a better fighter than Mario Barrios. Fucked up his eye. Destroyed him. And if you're going to go 4 years for Pedraza, then we could go 4 years with Canelo, right? What about the Triple G fights? Many feel Canelo won the rematch. What about that? It's not even close, dude. Like it's laughable to even try to make that comparison. It's laughable. I repeat. Listen closely. They're comparing Tank's best wins of his career to Canelo tune-ups. His tune-ups. Notice they don't bring up the name Danny Jacobs now. They don't bring up Billy Joe Saunders. They don't bring up Smith. Because believe me, you can't tell me definitively, oh, Mario Barrios is a way better fighter than Smith. You can't tell me that. Debatable in my opinion, but Canelo destroyed him. Billy Joe Saunders destroyed him. Most people I know believe it was close, but he still had those fights with Gennady Golovkin. I felt he won the rematch. He went up and knocked out Sergey Kovalev. Oh, but Sergey, he wasn't the same guy when he fought Ward. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't, but he was still good. He was one of the main champions. And he knocked him out. It's not even comparable. You got to go to Yildirim to make a comparison? A in-betweener between two big fights? You out of your minds. You're out of your minds. And Big Dog Willie, no one has come to me directly and said, hey, you're a racist. However, I have an opinion, right? My opinion is that Tank Davis is not pound for pound. And if I listen to a video or a content creator, okay, and they insinuate if you don't have Tank, and I hear this, if you don't have Tank pound for pound, something's going on. Oh, we know what it is, you know. It's a complexion or some shit. Then you're indirectly calling me a racist. And people need to understand that's what you're doing. You ever wonder why people get mad? Well, it's just my opinion. Why are you mad? Because you're making insinuations about people. You're insinuating that they're racist for having an opinion, and it's a non-starter. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean I don't think Tank is, like, I think he's really good. I would give Tank a chance against anybody 140 below because he's that good. But I want to see the fights. I don't just want to presuppose. If you want to presuppose that he beats anybody, it doesn't matter who he fights. If that's you, okay, cool. Well, that's your opinion. Me, I want to see the fights. I want to see him get in there. I want to see him test himself. I want to see what happens when Tank is, hurt himself. I want to see somebody land a left hook on him and see how he reacts when he's hurt. That's what I want to see. And maybe he overcomes it, and then I'll come on here and I'll say, yeah, this motherfucker's pound for pound. He just knocked out Teofimo Lopez in the 5th round. This motherfucker's the truth. And if you had any doubts, you just witnessed it. Don't you want to be able to say that? Don't you want to be able to witness something like that if he can actually do it? Not presuppose it. Shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentaries. That's Blood. How's it going? Zone, how's it going? Everything is retaliations around here. Everything. Well, they said this about, like about Tank, so now I'm going to say this about their fighter. Fuck Inoue. Inoue ain't shit. Like, that's what it becomes. Hey, well, why trashing Inoue? Well, because they're always trashing Tank, so I got to go at Inoue. Inoue ain't shit. Like, like a lot of you out there, this goes for everybody, you're acting towards fighters in retaliation to how they're acting towards your fighters. And anyone who knows I'm telling the truth. That's true. Okay? That's true. In fact, I flat out have heard a lot of you say these things live on video. While they're hating on my fighters, so I'm just going to return the same to them. I'm just going to support my fighters. I hear that shit all the time. All the time I hear that. But at the end of the day, let's not take it out on the fighters because you don't like something a content creator is saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, D-Style's high on Benavidez. Motherfucker, get in my nerves. Last few videos he made. Fuck Benavidez. Benavidez ain't shit. Like that's not healthy. That's not productive. That's not that's not objectivity. It's not. Right? All these guys are making all the excuses for Wilder. Dude got no shot. He's trash. Well, okay, I mean, I don't like the excuses either, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have a shot. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. He still has a shot. It's called a right hand. All right? But like, that's not the retaliation. You know what I mean? People do it all the time. People do it all the time on here. They don't like a fighter. They trash the fighters they're fighting all the time. right? So just because I don't like the hype Tank's getting at the moment, I'm just going to be flat out honest about that. I don't like the hype. I don't like this whole always a pay-per-view star, but he doesn't really have pay-per-view star quality numbers to show me he's a pay-per-view star. Oh, but he sold out an arena in Georgia. Yeah, well, Crawford sold one in Nebraska. What does that even mean? Right? I think that's good. I think it's good to go to places where it makes sense to have sold out arena. All that's good. But I'm an educated boxing fan. I don't need. I know Tank's not the champion of 140. Like I know that. Like I know that. Right now, if you look at the boxing scene, I'm not talking about the website. I'm just talking about boxing in general. Okay, it's different when you go to a boxing gym, guys. You go to a boxing gym, you see Eastern Europeans there, you see Mexicans there, you see black fighters there. They don't give a fuck about any of this shit. They just don't. They don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Period. Now I'm definitely glad that the question was asked, and who called you that? Just because someone doesn't say it directly to you doesn't mean they can't insinuate it, and not just to me, but to multiple people by what they say. It's my opinion. And I'm with Man and Water. I want to get these fights. I want to see these fights. And speaking of retaliation behavior, look, like I see it all the time. I call out Floyd for saying he wants to keep everything in house. Well, I don't. Well, you weren't saying shit when Top Rank did it. Well, look, that might work with some Top Rank groupie, but it's not going to work with me. Well, you weren't saying shit when DAZN and Matchroom did it, or when De La Hoya did it, you didn't say anything. That might work with some Golden Boy groupie. That might work with a DAZN groupie. That might work with somebody who pulls out pom-poms for promoters. It doesn't work with me. That doesn't work with me. Because I've been keeping it consistent for 10 years. Try 10 years. Not a year, not a couple of months, okay, not a flavor of the month. Try being consistent this long. Give it a shot. Because I got receipts. When I say Tank's not a real champion at 140, well, I bet you didn't say that when Canelo won his fight against Rocky Fielding. I made a video saying that fight was trash and saying that it's not for a real title. It might work with a Canelo groupie. It ain't going to work with me. Because I got receipts. Do you understand? That's what I got. Receipts. That's what I got. Just remember that. D-Style got receipts. Just remember that. D-Style. He's got receipts. That's what I got. I got. That's what I got. That's what I got. I've been keeping it consistent. That's what I've been doing. I follow the sport. I see what's happening. Whoever the fighter is does some bullshit, I call him out on it. I don't give a fuck who it is. You think I just started trashing Chavez Jr. when he lost to Anderson Silva? No. I've been trashing that motherfucker for like 7-8 years. I've been telling you motherfuckers that dude's fake and he's a fraud. I've been telling you that. Based on nothing but him. Based on nothing but what he's doing. Based on nothing but that. I buy houses. How's it going? Oh, but these style. You Like, I'm not the guy. You can't come to me and say I need to talk about other people, because I don't. When I do shows, I don't talk about other people. I do my shows. I do my content. That's what I do. But I have a right to speak about my observations around this community, just like anybody else, motherfucker. I can talk about it all I fucking want. Batista. But leaving me aside, that's all we see. Well, I don't care if Floyd's doing it. I mean, that's all, Matchroom does that shit all the time. Well, if you're against it when Matchroom does it, you should be against it when Floyd does it. Logically speaking, that's the way it works. It shouldn't be, well, they did it, so I ain't going to say anything about Floyd doing it. Yeah, Floyd says he's going to keep it in-house, but Bob Barron's been doing that shit for years, so I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck? So because you're mad at the fact that Top Rank did it, right? You're okay with Floyd doing it and not getting fights that we really want to see with Tank, right? As a boxing fan, that's your priority. Your priority is getting back. It's allowing Floyd to do it because Top Rank did it too. Allowing Floyd to say hypocritical things because Eddie Hearn said them too. That being okay with that because, hey, man, if they let them do it, then Floyd should be able to do it too. That's your priority over wanting to see Tank Davis fight Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Vasil Lomachenko, a fight that should have been happened. That's your priority over wanting to see the fights? While you top-ranked fanboys, the Zone fanboys, BBC fanboys all argue with each other and play PR for your respective promotions. I'm a fight fan that wants to see the fights. That's what I want. That's all I am. Run PMC is a fight fan that wants to watch the fights. J Funky Boxing is just a fight fan that wants to watch the fights. Mad Dog H, fight fan that wants to watch the fights. Joe Lopez 40 ounce, he just wants to watch the fights. I Buy Houses wants to see the fights. I'm sure this dude Guy wants to see the fights. I'm sure Blood Boxing, he's just a fight fan that wants to see the fights. Zone 6, Stephen, Black Caesar, Man in Water, they're just fight fans that want to see the fights. That is it. Who cares if another promoter did it? The topic at hand is Floyd and what he said about Tank. When Hearn says something, we'll talk about Hearn. You know what I'm not going to do? Look at what Floyd said. So I ain't gonna say anything. I mean, they were okay with Floyd doing it, so I'm gonna be okay with Eddie Hearn doing it. Like, what is that? Like for what? For what? I'm a fight fan that wants to see the fights. I don't want to get back at some biased dude because he said this. So now I'm going to say this because I know he likes this fighter, this promoter, or this promotional outfit. So I'm going to say this. And I'm going to say, oh, look, you see, when you said this about that, so I'm going to say this. So it's like that song. Because it's like this and like that and like this and like this and like that. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it is. Do you think I give a shit? Some of you act like you give a fuck. Like if Vasil Lomachenko versus Tank Davis happened free on ESPN, like really, would you be against it? Or you'd be like, no, take my money, make it pay-per-view. Like really? Monday Night Football is the highest watched sports events in the United States outside of the playoffs in the NFL. It's on ESPN. What's wrong with being on ESPN? Since when did that become like a bad thing? The Super Bowl's on regular TV. Most watch makes the most money out of any event, any sporting event in the U.S. So what? You've been brainwashed to believe that you have to pay $79 for an event to mean something. Like, I don't know why you're thinking that, but it's what you've been thinking. How about you let the advertisers, the commercials, pay it for you and you watch it? How about that? Oh, it's a Snoop Dogg. I apologize. Okay, it's a Snoop Dogg song. Okay, my bad. How about that? You think I give a shit if a fight's on the zone? Look, if a great fight gets made, I'll pay $79 for it if they charge for it. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll pay it if a great fight gets made. But I'm not going to complain like if it's not on pay-per-view. I don't care if the zone gets the fight and I watch it on the zone. I don't care about it's on ESPN. I don't care about it's on PBC Fox, FS1. As long as I get to watch the fight, I want to watch the fight. I don't care which promotional outfit's in charge. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just want to see the fights. You get Tank Davis and Lomachenko in the same fucking ring, I don't give a fuck who the promoter is. I'm not there to see the promoters. That's not why I'm there to see. Now, Big Dog Wood says the pundits on ESPN is why the network gets so much hate. I think Andre Ward does a phenomenal job for my liking. Bradley's a little over the top sometimes. They only need one anyway. They don't need two expert analysts. They just need Ward. But Brian Kane ain't that good on PBC. Shit. Kidding me? You think the zone? The zone's the worst by far. But I don't care who the commentators are. I don't watch because of the commentators, right? I don't say, ooh, who's going to be the commentator? It's not me. I don't care. I just don't. Ask me if I care. I don't care, guys. I don't care, like, if because I'm not going to watch that fight because I'm boycotting Eddie Hearn because he's a piece of shit and he never gives me the fights I want to see. Like, okay. But is that fight good? Yeah, that one's good, but I can't support Eddie Hearn. Alrighty then. Floyd does the same thing. Hey, man, so you're going to boycott Floyd? No. Well, you didn't say you didn't boycott Eddie Hearn when he did it. So I ain't going to boycott no Floyd fights. Like, okay, well, whatever then. Right? Hey, make sure you guys hit my like button, hit that bell button, hit all so you get notified when D-Style Boxing comes on live. I see the morning audience growing, man. I appreciate you guys very much, man. I really do. I know I talk a lot of shit, but I'm transparent and I'm honest. It's the way I am. You know what I mean? It's the way I am. I'm going to tell you how I feel. That's what I've always done. I'm like Floyd the Tank. I got to keep it real with you. I got to keep it real with you. That's why you listen to me. Because I'm going to keep it real with you. Hey, hit my like button, guys. Hit my like button. Let me get this image up right now. It's funny. Zone said that. It's funny that Zone said that. Because HCP is war. Right? HCP is war. That's what we are. And that's why we're Monday nights now on G Funky Boxing. Make sure you tune in tonight for HCP Uncensored. If you're not already, G Funky, post a link to your channel. If you're not already subscribed to G Funky so you could tune in tonight. Hit that bell button, notification, so you could tune in tonight. Right? So make sure you do that. Let me look at the like. Let me look at the likes. All right, okay, cool. Make sure you hit my like button. Hit that like button, guys. It helps the channel. It really does. It helps anybody you watch. Hit the like button. You're already there. Shit. I'm thinking of making the shirt, but shit, WWE will come at me, bro. They will come at me so hard, bro. WWE, shit. Man, before you know it, D-Style Boxing will be like called WWE style or some shit. Like it'll be some WWE person on my channel. They'll take over everything, bro. They took over the house and shit. Like you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, Vince will take me to court, bro. So I ain't gonna do it. Right. So there's the link, everybody. Look, man. At the end of the day, let's stop the retaliation. If you see a good fight, support it. Like, for example, I see too many guys out there that are anti-PBC. Oh, I don't like PBC. Like stop being anti. Stop being pom-poms. Last night on Fox, Sunday, there was a fight of the year. There was a knockout of the year. It was great night of action on free TV. And stuff like that's good for boxing. Like somebody watched that and said, hey, I could fuck with the sport right here. This is the fight. This is what I'm talking about right here. So at the end of the day, it's not about which promotional outfit or whatever. I've trashed Top Rank when they put on trash cards. I give them props when they put on a good card. The same with PBC, the Zone. We got to judge it event by event. That's how we got to judge it. Stop being pom-pom boys. Don't be a pom-pom boy. Put the pom-poms down. Put them down. Stop being cheerleaders. You're grown-ass men. Some of you in your 40s and your 50s. Put the pom-poms down. It didn't work out. You didn't make it in cheerleading. It didn't work out. Put them down. All right? Just put the pom-poms down. Put it down. All right? That's all I'm saying. Put the pom-poms down. HCP is war. HCP uncensored tonight. Chief Funky Boxing. Be there or be square. This is D-Style Boxing. Shout out to Coco the Don, by the way. I appreciate your support, brother. Red Glove Militant on here. Joe Lopez 40 ounce. C. Khalil. Chant Smoke. Kenny T. Mario Figueroa. All you guys. And by the way, subscribe to Maestro A. And so you can watch Mano a Mano. Maestro A, the up-and-coming dude, man. That dude's going to be huge like soon. He's growing quick. So support Maestro A. So you could say one day, I was one of the first guys to support him. You know what I mean? You'll be able to say that. Like, think about it. You know what I mean? With that said, anyway, I'm good. Shout out to everybody. If I forgot anybody, I sincerely apologize. But I was on rant. When I'm on rant mode, I'm not looking at the chat. So it is what it is. This style boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out. Peace.